How to create a sponge paint effect on furniture. Using water-based finishes to create a unique sponge effect on your furniture is simple and fun. Make your furniture stand out from the crowd. Steps. 1. Read the instruction literature available on the sides of the paint and stain cans and in the brochures provided by your furniture retailer. 2. Choose a well-ventilated area where the temperature is above 65 degrees. 3. Prepare workspace with a drop cloth, old newspapers, or cardboard. 4. Remove all hardware. 5. Tape over glass and mirrors when possible. 6. Fill nail holes with water-based filler. 7. Wet the wood using a water spray bottle to raise the grain. 8. Allow the dampened wood to dry 30 minutes before the final sanding. 9. Use 180 grit paper to lightly sand to remove any shipping marks or skin oils from furniture piece. 10. Dust with an oil-free static cloth or vacuum. 11. Stir the contents of the paint can. 12. Apply a wet uniform coat of paint using a foam brush or paint pad to one section at a time. 13. Allow the first color to dry for 2 hours. 14. Apply one coat of paint using a foam brush or paint pad to one section at a time. 15. Allow to set up for a minute or two. 16. Sponge the surface, removing the top layer until you get the effect you want. 17. Allow to dry for up to 4 hours. 18. Stir the topcoat. 19. Apply the finished topcoat evenly in the same direction as the grain of wood. A poly-acrylic topcoat is recommended. 20. Allow to dry for 2 hours. 21. Lightly buff the finish coat with 320 or finer grit sandpaper. 22. Dust with a clean cloth. 23. Apply second coat of finish. 24. Allow to dry for 2 hours. 25. Lightly buff. 26. Dust. 27. Apply a third coat of topcoat finish. 28. Allow to dry for 3 hours. 29. Lightly buff. 30. Dust. 31. Wash all applicators with water. 32. Allow the finish to cure for 7 days before using the furniture. Tips. Use water-based finishes because they are safer and more environmentally friendly, have a shorter drying time, and are easier to clean up. To extend drying times in hot, dry temperatures, use an extender. Wash clothing immediately if stain or topcoat has splattered onto them. Break the handy, paint or foam pads in half. Use one for staining and one for finishing. When working with multiple drawers, number the backsides for easy reassembly. If it is cold enough to wear a sweater, it is too cold to apply a water-based finish, therefore, regulate the heat of the room. To maintain the finish, simply clean the surface with a damp cloth and wipe dry. Break in a new piece of sandpaper or 3M pad by lightly sanding with them. Rinse the foam pads well to remove any loose fibers before starting the project. A paper plate covered in foil makes a great paint container. When closing paint and stain cans, place a paper towel over the top to absorb splatters before tapping the lid closed. 3M sanding pads are long-lasting. To finish drawer knobs, sand them and then secure them to a piece of cardboard or the bottom of a box. A semi-gel formula is more topical and does not penetrate as deeply, creating a more even distribution of color on any type of wood. The type of wood the furniture is made of will affect the final look. For example, oak, when finished, will result in a deeply grained look. Alder has less grain and stains more evenly. Warnings. Never use ammonia-based products on water-based finishes. Never use steel wool at any point in the finishing. Steel particles, if left behind, will rust after the topcoat is applied. Do not use tack cloths that contain linseed oil because they will contaminate the finish. High humidity can cause the stain and paint to take longer to dry. Cleaners that contain silicone or vegetable oils are not recommended because they leave a dull residue on the finish. Things: 180 grit sandpaper, 320 grit sandpaper, drop cloth, old newspapers, or cardboard. Water-based wood filler for filling any nail holes. Rubber gloves to prevent colorant staining skin. Foam brush or handy painter foam pads. Lint, free cloths or paper towels. 3M long masking tape, which is designed for painting and staining. Small bristle brush, such as a makeup brush, for pulling stain out of corners. Small piece of natural sea sponge. 2 water-based wood paints of your choice. Water-based wood topcoat of your choice.